If you are watching this video thinking you're going to learn anything useful from a technical standpoint about these drums, you came to the wrong place, because I don't know anything about them, but I have some thoughts. Because I'm naturally biased against them, I think I can be pretty objective. So you might want to hear what I have to say. Just saying. This is the Roland TD-27 kit. It's the kit that comes with the TD-27 module. So I want to talk about the things that I don't like about it first, because I want to end on a positive note. All right, so first of all, the rack. This rack in particular, in my opinion, is a really poor design. It was very difficult for me to get the drums where I want them. If you look at the promotional picture of the kit, Roland clearly wants you to set it up a certain way. It took some doing on my part to get the drums close to where I like them, and I still haven't been able to get them that way, and it's because of the rack. So the rack's going. And the other thing that I can talk about with some authority is the manuals. The manuals that come with this kit are terrible. I mean, it's a joke. Luckily, the online information is much better. When you register the kit and you create an account with Roland, you get access to some very useful how-to videos, and there's a great FAQ section which actually answered a lot of my questions, and there's some really good YouTubers, one of them being Luke over at eDrum Workshops, who really know a lot about this stuff, and that's very helpful. I want to stipulate most, if not all, of what I'm about to say is due to my own ignorance. What little research I've done has shown me that you actually can do some tweaking and get things more to your liking. So keep that in mind when I start trashing stuff here. I was actually playing a specific pattern at one point. I'm going 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN, with all of the N's being on the bell, and the 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, which are really kind of ghost notes, were played on the bow of the cymbal. Well, because I was doing a multi-track recording directly from the module into Logic, which, by the way, is one of the reasons I acquired this kit, because of the multi-track recording capability through one USB cable. I find that really attractive. So anyway, so the tracks are all stereo, which is kind of weird, but that's a conversation for another video. I'm going to solo the cymbal track, and I'm going to play the video along with it so you can see what I was actually playing and realize that you're not hearing what I was playing. The ghost notes never got picked up. After I did that performance, I was concerned, so I went back and used the same kit and at the same tempo played the exact same thing in the ride cymbal, and this thing picked it up fine. And then I thought, well, maybe it's the multi-track recording thing, so I made a multi-track recording of that, and it was perfect. It picked up all the little notes. So I don't know what happened with that, the recording of that performance that you saw, but whatever. What else do I not like? Oh, the hi-hat. Now, I know that the hi-hat, at least from the reviews I've seen, the reviews are very positive. People seem to really like this. So I'm convinced that if I knew how to make the adjustments that I don't like, I can probably get this thing to be playable for me. But right out of the box, no, it doesn't respond very well. You know, like the edge hits especially are really hinky. You know, if you play on top of the cymbal, it's pretty good. You can get hi-hat openings and closings and hi-hat barks and everything. But when you go to the edge, things get not so good. So, you know, edge playing on real hi-hats is a pretty common thing. So that's a big, you know, drawback. But again, I'm almost positive I can adjust that if I knew how, so I'm going to have to actually learn how to do that. All right, moving on. The kick pad. It's very unstable for me. When I hit it with the kick pedal, it starts to wobble, and you know, the creep of it moving forward. So in order to counter that creep, I had to crank down the spikes. There's sharp spikes in the front. I had to crank down those spikes almost all the way. Now, if you have a really thick drum rug, that's not a problem. But if I were to use these drums on a gig, and I was using this kick pad and I had a thinner drum rug, and I was setting up on a hardwood floor in some venue, I would basically destroy that floor. All right, so what else do I not like? The toms. They sound really good, but the response is kind of weird. They're like when you do a roll on the toms, there's some dynamics involved. Certain hits are not as loud as other hits. Well, these things, like if you were to do a fast 16th note roll, it would make all your hits so even it would sound like a machine gun. And that's one of the things I've always hated about eDrums. That sound is like, it's so signature. Like on the toms, every hit sounds exactly the same. But again, I'm pretty sure I can adjust that. I can't think of anything else negative to say about this kit. So let's talk about the positive stuff real quick. So overall, I have to say I'm giving these a thumbs up. I'm pretty impressed with them. And I didn't want to like them because I don't like electronic drums. The crash cymbals respond really nicely. You can choke all three cymbals like you do with real cymbals. I'm really impressed with Roland's accomplishment here. These are very close to being real cymbals in the way they sound and in the way they respond. To me, that's impressive. I didn't think that was even possible. The snare drum, also great, I have to say. I mean, I'm really impressed with this thing. You can do cross sticks, you can do rim shots, buzz rolls. It's really responsive and it's so adjustable and there's different sounds. So the toms, okay, the jury's still out with these. They're great drum sounds, though. I will say that. So I think basically the eDrum experience is close enough. Oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's close enough to real drums that I would actually feel comfortable using these on a gig, and I actually am probably going to. They're a lot of fun to play. I'm actually excited that I can, I think, learn how to make the adjustments to make this kit much more playable for me. So that's a good thing. And the TD-27 drill module, I'm really impressed with. There's some very good usable sounds in here. And from what I've seen, the programmability of it is there to tweak stuff in here. You don't need the top of the line module, the TD-50, which is, well, a little less than 3 times as much as this. Now this alone is like a little over $1,000. I want to leave on a positive note, but I just want to make a comment about the price of these things. These things are really expensive, and the price just went up. So they're $3,500 retail. I mean, for what you get, I'm having a hard time justifying that. You know, and that's of course very subjective, but I don't know how to be objective about price. You know, I mean, I don't know what figures into Roland's equation as far as what it costs them to make these kits versus what they charge for them. It just seems to be overpriced. What can I say? So anyway, I hope that you guys found this somehow useful. Again, apologies if you thought this was going to be a video about, you know, how to use them, how to program them, all of the technical crap. No, I'm not that guy. Not yet anyway. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.